Hi everybody! Today I'm going to do a little presentation on how to introduce letter sounds and the processes that are involved in introducing the letter sounds and getting children to identify them as well as name the letter sounds introduced. So today I'm going to introduce 3 letter sounds. So let's begin with the first one. So the first letter sound that I'm going to introduce is S. Can you repeat after me? This is S. Yes, it is S. So I'm going to show you a card that has S. Can you repeat after me? This is S. And we're going to sing a song about this sound. S. Let's have a look at the book. So here I have the letter S. And we see a picture here of a snake. Snake begins with a what sound? Begins with a S sound. So we're going to sing a song about the snake which is in the grass. Okay? So I'm going to show you a picture of a snake, a red snake, which is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. S for snake. All right, let's sing. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. S, s, s. The snake is in the grass. Let's sing it again. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. S, s, s. The snake is in the grass. So, what's the sound you heard? It is S. This is S. That's right. So, we learned about the S sound. Now we're going to move on to the next sound. Now the next sound we're going to learn is ah. This is ah. Can you say it together with me? This is ah. That's right. It is ah. And I'm going to show you a card that has ah on it. This is ah. Can you say ah with me? Ah. This is ah. That's right. It is ah. And there's a song that goes along with the letter sound ah. So let's have a look at the songbook. So here is a boy, and looks like the boy is a bit shaken up. Why is he a bit shaken up? He's got ants all over his arm and he's not very happy about it. He seems very alarmed. Yes, too many ants climbing onto his arm. They're all coming from the ant hill. A for ants. A for ant hill. So we're going to sing the song about the letter sound ah. So are you ready? So let's sing together. Ah, ah, answer my arm. Ah, ah, answer my arm. Ah, ah, answer my arm. They're causing me alarm. Ah. Let's sing it again. Ah, ah, answer my arm. Ah, ah, answer my arm. Ah, ah, answer my arm. They're causing me alarm. Ah, that's right. Wonderful. So I'm going to show you a picture of a boy. The boy that we saw in the songbook just now. So here's the boy, and look, what does he have on his arm? He has got ants. And there's another ant out of the ant hill. Ah for ant. Yeah? And as the anthill where all the ants live. Okay, so that is ah. Can you say it together with me? Ah, that's right. Okay, we're going to move on to the next sound. Are you ready? The next sound looks like this. It's called T. Can you say it together with me? T. This is T. This is T. Yes, it is called T. All right, now we're going to look at a picture. And I'm pretty sure you know this game. It's called tennis because there's a tennis racket there and a tennis ball. And this game is called tennis. Tennis begins with a T sound. T for tennis. And there's a song that goes with this letter sound. So let's sing the song. So here we see a mouse and a bee playing tennis. They are playing tennis together, and we are going to sing the song for the sound T. All right? 1, 2, 3. When I watch the tennis game, T, 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 T. When I watch the tennis game, my head goes back and forth. T. Can you say that with me? T. Let's sing it together. When I watch the tennis game, T, 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 T. When I watch the tennis game, my head goes back and forth. T. That's right. This is T. Excellent. Okay. So this is T. Can you say it together with me? This is T. Yes, this is the letter T. Fantastic. So now that we have finished singing the song, we finished looking at the pictures that have the sound in them. Now we're going to look at 3 stories related to the sounds that we learned today. So first, let's look at the story for the letter sound S. Once upon a time, there was a boy called Sam. Sam begins with a sound. And Sam was walking to the park one day. And it was a very sunny day because the sun was out. S for sun. And Sam started to sweat. Now, sweat begins with a S. Sam is sweating. When you feel hot, you sweat. So Sam is sweating. And sweating begins with a sound. And as he kept walking towards the park, he heard a sound. Do you know what sound it was? It was the sound. Can you make the sound with me? Yes, he heard the sound. What sound was that? He was very curious and he wanted to know. So he looked around to see where that sound was coming from. He looked to his left, he looked to his right, he looked up, he looked down, but he couldn't find what was making that sound. And then he heard the sound again. And he looked straight ahead of him. And there he saw the thing. It was a snake. And snake begins with a S sound. And the snake was on a tree. And Sam decided he didn't really want to go to the park anymore. He just wanted to turn around and head back home because he was too afraid to step into the park with the snake on the tree. And that's the end of the story for the letter sound. S. Can you say that with me? S. That's right. Now I'm going to tell you another story. And this story is about the letter sound ah. Once upon a time, there was an ant. Ant begins with a ah. Ah for ant. The ant spotted a juicy apple, and it was making its way towards the juicy apple. Apple begins with a ah. And as it was making its way towards the juicy apple, it heard a loud sound in the sky. It was an aeroplane. An aeroplane begins with a ah. The sound was so loud, so the ant closed its ears. And then when the aeroplane had passed by, the ant heard a munching, crunching sound from the other side of the juicy apple. Who is it? He saw a huge alligator. Ah for alligator. And the alligator was munching and crunching away at the apple. And the ant was too afraid to go and take a bite. So he turned back around and ran away. And that's the story for the letter sound ah. I'm going to tell you one more story. And it is about a tennis game. So once upon a time, there were two children. One called Tina and the other called Tommy. T for Tina. T for Tommy. Tina and Tommy were playing tennis at a tennis court. That's the place where you play tennis. Tennis court begins with a T sound. T for tennis court. So Tina served the ball to Tommy, and Tommy hit the ball back to Tina, and they both used their rackets to hit the ball back and forth, back and forth. They had so much fun playing tennis, and after that they were really tired, so they went back home. The end of the story for the letter sound T. Can you say that with me? T. All right. So we're going to move on to the last part of our exercise. I would like you to now when I draw a circle around the letter, you're going to make the sound. S. T. Ah, that's right. And we're going to just vary that a little bit. I'm going to use these letter sound cards. And when I show you a letter, you're going to make the sound. That's right, it's T. That's right, it is ah. That's right, it is S. Brilliant. Okay, so now that we have practiced identifying the sounds and we practiced naming the sounds, the final one is going to be writing the sounds. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to write S. I'm going to start from the top. We always start from the top. Start from the top and we go around, turn turn it in and turn it out. And that is S. Can you try writing S and saying S as you write it? Let's write it together again. This is S. That's right. Now we're going to do Ah. Okay? We're going to start from the top again. We're going to make a little circle, go to the top, come back down and a flick. That is Ah. Can you write Ah and make the sound Ah? Let's do that together again. Start from the top, go around, go to the top, go to the bottom and a flick. This is Ah. That's right. Okay, we're going to move on to the final sound that we learned, which is T. Can you try and write T and say T? Okay, I'm going to write it for you again. Start from the top, go down and a flick and a line across. This is T. Can you say that? T. And can you write T? Excellent. So that's it for today. I'll see you again in another lesson. So hope you enjoyed what I taught you today about the 3 letter sounds. S, A, and T. I'll see you again with more sounds. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.